Caring for someone with dementia can be extremely taxing, and as hard as you may try, you just can't be there 24/7 for the patient. You'll need your rest too. Before even looking at some of the strategies below, you should be aware that one of the best things that you can do is to hire a trained aide to help you out. This is especially applicable when the person is suffering from moderate to advanced dementia. If you have a long-term health care plan, it may help to cover some of the costs of hiring a trained professional to help you out. Most types of insurance just do not cover such care. When you hire someone, you'll need to do your best to acquaint them with the daily activities of the patient. You should also make a list of their responsibilities and their limitations. Some aides will not do certain tasks. Talk to them about the patient and explain their behavior, likes, dislikes, habits, etc. The more the caregiver knows about the patient, the better equipped they'll be to deal with them. Try to be positive and encourage your new helper. It will take time for them to get into the swing of things. Avoid micromanaging or finding fault with them. Caring for someone with a neurocognitive disorder is a challenging enough situation without having to deal with a fussy relative of the patient. Below you'll find a few pointers that you can adopt when caring for someone with dementia. 1. Mild dementia. Get the patient started on new activities that rely on the senses. When cognitive issues arise, the dependence on one's senses becomes more important than ever. Music, creative arts like origami, sculpting, etc. are very beneficial for the patient. Speak openly to friends and family about the patient's condition and how best to behave around the patient. Many people tiptoe around the issue because they do not have a clue about what to say or do. As a caregiver, you need to give them guidance so that they too can engage with the patient productively. Make a list of things that the patient loves to do and assess what activities they can still do capably and without much supervision. You will have to be realistic and adapt accordingly. There are many other activities that range from gardening to watching movies, etc., that the patient will still be able to do even with mild dementia. Encourage them to do these activities so that they have an outlet for expression. 2. Moderate dementia. Things will get tougher now, and while the patient will still be able to move about and do their daily activities, they may have difficulty finding their way around and might be a fall risk since they are less stable on their feet. You'll need to make an ID bracelet and a wallet for them to carry around. If they happen to wander out of the house and get lost, people will be able to help them find their way home. This is a very important point to note. Keep your home clean and uncluttered. Remove all possible hazards such as electrical cords, floor mats, low coffee tables, etc. It's much easier for a dementia sufferer to trip over these objects and fall. Hang a bell or fix a buzzer on your door so that you are aware whenever someone leaves the house. If the patient tries to wander outside, you will be alerted. It would be a good idea to lock and secure doors if the patient tends to wander around and can't really recognize their surroundings. Check all parts of the house and reduce all risks. Switches, knives, stoves, faucets, etc. are all potential hazards if you have someone with moderate dementia in the house. They could turn on the stove when you're not around and burn the entire house down. All these are very real possibilities. Label commonly used objects in the house so that the patient recognizes objects more easily. It will be a good idea to have system and order in the house. Ensure that all the items they need are always in the same places, e.g., shoes, utensils, toothbrush, keys, etc. Implement the tips above and do more research to see what else you can do to ease the patient's suffering and make your caregiving easier. This article is just the tip of the iceberg, but it is a good start for you to follow.